Good afternoon to all. Welcome for today's session. In today's practical session, we are going to generate the toolpath for the given component using the Mastercam software. There are two types of programming. One is computer-aided programming and one is the manual part programming. So in manual part programming, the user or programmer needs to write the program as per the given drawing by its own. And in computer-aided part drawing, the computer software generates the part program for the given component as per the data provided by the user. So here we are going to generate the computer-aided part programming using the Mastercam software. So first of all, we are going to create the geometry in the Mastercam software, then providing all necessary inputs to that software so he can generate the toolpath as well as generate the G codes and M codes and providing to you. And these G code M codes can be used on CNC machines to manufacture this type of component. So let's open the Mastercam software. Now this is the Mastercam software. We already learned in previous practical sessions, that is the top menu is called as a main menu. There are different menus are available. Drop down menus are there. File, you can able to create new file, open existing files, save the files, and many other things. In edit, you can use cut, copy, paste, then trim, break, join entities. All these options are available. In view, again, there are different options, that is fit, pan, zoom. In analyze, create, this one is important in create, that there are different types of commands are available which are used to create the geometries. Then in solid, it is used to extrude the created geometry, revolve the created geometry. So to convert the 2D sketch into 3D model, this solid command is useful. And again, there are various types of options are available. Next one is again machine type, toolpath. In machine type, as per the requirement, you can select the different machines on which you have carried out the operations. Next to the toolpath, there will be different options are available, and these options will only open when you have selected the machine type. So as per that machine type, the toolpath, that is the operations, will be available for you and you can select the corresponding operations. This is the main area which is called as the graphics area, on which you can able to create the geometry, you can able to modify, or you can view the geometry within the different angles. Here, this is the cursor mode. When you move your cursor on this graphics area, accordingly the coordinates are going to be changed. So when you move the cursor to the left hand side, it shows the negative coordinates. When you move to the cursor right hand side, it will show a positive. So it means the 0, 0, that is origin, will be appear at the center of the location. And to view this origin, that is the coordinates, you have to press the F9 key. So when I press F9 key, you can able to see that this coordinate system will be appear. So the 0, 0 point location is at the center, and positive values and negative values. So this is first quadrant, second, third, and fourth quadrant. To the left hand side of this Mastercam software, there is a toolpath manager. When you select the machine type and the different toolpaths, all will be appear on this screen. It is in the toolpath manager, and from that you can able to provide the different data as well as you can able to modify it. There are again two options are available. One is toolpath and solid. So if you apply the solid commands, then this can be visible in the solid mode. At the right hand side, again, there are some quick access toolbars are available. By using that, you can quickly access the different command. At the bottom, there is a task manager, so where you can able to see again the different commands will be available. So now, first of all, we are going to start to create the geometry. We have to create the geometry, that is, this is the finished geometry. So we have to create as it is, and then again apply the stop to this created geometry so that we can concern it as a raw material stop. And this geometry you can able to create using different types of commands available in the create icon. You can able to create this geometry using line commands also, or using the rectangle commands also. So I am going to use the rectangle command to create this geometry. So I am going to use 1, 2, and 3 rectangles to create. So let's open again the Mastercam software. Now, when you click on this create icon, you can able to see that point, line, arc, fillet, chamfer, rectangle, polygon. So all these options are available. These commands are same as you use in the AutoCAD software or any modeling software. Same way you can able to create the different geometry. You can create the geometry using line also or using the rectangle also. I'm going to create using the rectangle command. So clicking on the rectangle command, here this new windows will be appear. So here you can able to give the length of that rectangle and height of that rectangle. There are again the different options are available. One is anchor to center, and then next to that it is a create the surface. If you click on anchor to center, now let's me click on this anchor to center. So when you create the rectangle at this point, the center rectangle will be get created. And as you know that in lathe machines, our Z coordinate is negative. So we are going to create that rectangle in this second quadrant instead of this at the center point. So I am going to click on this surface, uncheck this anchor to center mark. So you can able to create from one point to second point. Now, first point we have to select this as the center point. Second point you have to click in the second quadrant. So clicking on here, and then you can give the length and height. And remember, there must be a negative sign. So if you not provide the negative sign, it will be created in the first quadrant. So the length of this first rectangle is 50. So you have to write minus 50. And total height is 40. So we have to create only the half geometry. So to create half geometry, half of length, you have to mention here, that is a 20. Now click on this apply icon because we are creating more than one rectangles. If you want to create only a one rectangle, then directly click on OK. And again, you can select the different commands. But if you want to use the same commands for the number of times, then we have to click on this apply icon. So let's click on apply. So this first rectangle is created. Second rectangle is again from this point. You can click anywhere and then give the dimensions. Now, if you observe this, so this second rectangle we are going to create, and it is of groove type, so 10 by 10 mm. So the length is again taken as a 10, and this height of groove is 10. So 40 minus 10 will be 30. So total height is 30, and half of that we are going to take as a 15 mm in the software. So for this rectangle, the length is minus 10 and height is 15, half of 30. Then again, click on apply. Then third rectangle from this point, the length, take it as a minus 10 mm and height is again same of the first rectangle, that is 20. Now click on OK. This is the last rectangle. So directly click on OK icon. So in this way, you can able to create this rectangle. Now here there is one chamfer is applied. So to create the chamfer at this starting point, you can click on again create. Then chamfer option is there. Select the entities. Select this first entity and second entity. And the length you can provide. Here from these points, you can able to provide the length. So the length is 2 mm. So right here 2 mm. If there are both length is different, then you can able to provide the first length and second length. In this case, the both length is same as a 2 mm. So write it as a 2. The angle you can select from here. So that angle is 45 degrees. So keep it as it is. And here there are various options: one distance, two distance, distance and angle, and width. So from these options, you can provide the data also. Suppose I have taken distance and angle, then you can see that only this first and angle option is available for modify. If you click only one distance, only the one option is available to you. So the width of this chamfer is 2 mm. So keep it as a 2 and then click on OK. So in this way, the chamfer is applied. Now we have to delete this extra point. So whatever a single line is there, you can directly select it and delete. By using that, the line will be get deleted. Now, if you again select it and delete, this whole line will be get deleted. So we don't want to delete the whole line. So making it again undo option Control Z. we require to divide and delete it. So only this portion we require to delete. So for this purpose, click on edit. There is one option, trim break. Select it, trim break extend. This new window will be appear. There are again various options are available. We have to select this divide and delete option. So click on divide and delete. It will be get highlighted. So select this. It will be divide these two lines and delete it. Similar fashion, this line again, it will be divide and delete. So this is our final geometry and it is only half geometry. So in this way, you have to create the half geometry in Mastercam software as per the given drawing. You can create this geometry using directly single line commands also or using the rectangle commands also. And after that, we have to click on this OK icon. So this is our final geometry is created. So after creating this geometry, we have to select the type of machine, on which machine this type of component is to be manufactured. So this component we are going to manufacture on lathe machine. So click on this machine type, lathe and default. When you select this, here the machine group will be appear in this toolpath manager. Now click on this plus icon of the properties. We have to double click on stock setup. Here we have to define the raw material size. So double click on this stock setup. This new window will be appear. There are again various options. First of all, we have to define the stock. Click on properties. Here click on make from 2 points. Then select this first point and this end point as the second point. And then we have to give the margin. So click on use margin. These options will be available. Now OD margin, let's consider there is a 5 mm margin. For right hand side 2 mm margin and to the left hand side there is a 10 mm margin for holding the raw material in the check. Then you can click on this preview lathe boundaries, so you can able to see that the dotted line is shown as your raw material. From this we have to manufacture this finished component. Now press the enter key to continue and click on this OK option. The geometry, that is the raw material, is defined. Now next we have to define the check. So click on again properties. Then again there are various types of checks are available. You have to select this outer diameter check. As per the given component, you can able to select the required check for holding that component. So for this, as per the given figure, we have to select this first check and then how it will be holding the component. You can make it from 2 points or you can click on the position from stock. Now I am going to click from stock and whatever the left margin I have applied, so same length I am going to give here. So it will be the clamping length of that workpiece. So I am going to give it as a 10 mm. Then again click on OK. Now again there are two tabs are available, tool setting and files. When you click on these tool setting options, there are again, you can see that the feed calculations will be carried out from tool or from material. Generally, we are taking from material. Then tool clearance, rapid moves, entry amount. Here also you can able to provide the material you can able to select here. So click on this select icon. This new window will be appear. Now from source, select the lathe library. There are different materials are available in library. You can select as per the given in drawing. So let's consider it is a steel material. So select this steel, click on OK. It will be reflected here and then click again OK icon. Now you can see that this dotted line is the raw material and this is the chuck which is hold that raw material. And this is our finished geometry which we have to create by applying the different operations. Now next we have to select the different types of operation. So first one is facing, then we have to apply the rough turning, finish turning, grooving and threading. So these are the number of operations we need to carry out on this component to complete it. First operation is facing, so select again on tool path. There are again different operations or options are available. You can see here. There is one cant cycle option. By using that, you can take the rough turning, finish turning, grooving, pattern repeating. So these are the cant cycles are available. Now for facing, there is one face operation. So select this face operation. it asks you the name. You can able to give any one name of that. I am going to select as it is. So click on OK. Now this new window will be appear. Here there are two tabs. One is tool path parameter and one is face parameter. First of all, we have to select the tool. So for selecting tool, click on select library tool. Then we have to select the proper tool for facing operation. So select rough face right hand side tool. Then click on this OK icon. This tool will be appear. You can able to provide the feed rate in mm per revolution or mm per minute, spindle speed in CSS or RPM. RPM already you know that revolution per minute. What is meant by CSS? Yes, correct. CSS is the constant surface speed, and it is to be used generally in facing and step turning, because when we are applying the facing or step turning operation, the diameter is going to be changed. That is, it is in decreasing mode. And when the diameter is changing, also we require to change the spindle speed. If you select the constant surface speed, according to the diameter, the speed will vary automatically. So here you can provide the spindle speed, and the speed and feed also you can able to calculate using the formula. So for cutting speed is given as Vc is equal to pi dn upon 1000. So D is diameter, N is the revolution per minute, and Vc is the cutting speed. So for different material, the different cutting speeds are available, and as per that you can able to calculate the spindle speed. Then feed also you can able to calculate using the formula. So you already know the different formulas. Using that, you have to calculate the feed rate, spindle speed, and that values you have to provide here. So let's write this spindle speed as a 200, and it will be a constant surface speed. You can able to select this home position by user defined or from machine or from tool. I'm going to select it as it is, that is a from user defined. Then you have to select this second tab, that is a face parameter. Here you have to provide all these data. So how much entry amount is there, how much rough step over is there. So let's consider the rough step over is of 1 mm. Then finish step over 0.25 mm. How many number of finish passes are required? So let's take the 2 passes. How much overcut amount, retract amount, and stock to leave. So I don't want to leave any stock, so making it as a 0. Retract amount is 2 mm. There is no overcut amount. And again, use the stock. So finish Z. Up to which point you have to make the finishing. So we have applied the margin as a 2 mm to the right hand side. So we are going to finish up to 0 mm. So you can directly type here up to 0, or you can select here by clicking on finish Z. Then you can able to select the point on this drawing, that is on geometry. So this is the point where we have to apply the facing operation. So it automatically take the value 0. Compensation is the left hand side compensation, and when you click on OK, the path will be get generated. So in this way the facing operations is applied. Now next operation we have to apply the rough turning. So again click on tool path. Don't select this rough turning, you have to select the can cycle operation. So select roughing can cycle. This new window will be appear. You have to select the chain. So select this chain, and from which point we have to apply the rough turning. That first point you have to select an end point. So the first point is from this location. So at this point we have to select the first point. The arrow will be appear in green color. So this is the starting point, and it is shown that the whole chain is selected. But we are not applying the roughing at the center positions also. We have to finish it at this location. So select the second point at the end point. So you can see the starting point is shown by green arrow color and end point is shown by red color arrow. So this is the starting point and end point. So on this we have to apply the rough turning. So as the chain is selected, click on OK. Now again this window will be appear. We have to select first the tool. So again click on library tool, select the rough, OD rough right. So this tool should be selected right hand side, click on OK. Then we have to select the rough parameters. This feed rate, spindle speed, again you can able to provide. it is in mm per revolution or mm per minute. That will be depend on the user, and according to this provided data, the code will be generated. As you know that the feed rate for G96, G97, and G94, G95 will be depends upon mm per revolution or mm per minute, then constant surface speed. So all these data will be depend on some specific codes. So as per the provided data by the user, the code will be get generated. So after providing all this data, then select this next tab, that is a CAN rough parameter. Here we have to provide all these values. So this is the CAN cycle for roughing operation. G71 is the CAN cycle for roughing, U2 and R. So what is mean by U and what is mean by R? In first line, U is the depth of cut, R is the retract amount. In second line, P is the starting sequence number, Q is the end sequence number, U is the finishing allowance in X direction, finishing allowance in Z direction, feed rate and spindle speed. So this data will be generated when you provide all these information. So we are going to take the clearance between workpiece and tool is a 2 mm. In Z-axis also it is 2 mm clearance. Depth of cut, let's take as it is as a 2 mm. The exit length are taking as a 0.5. Then stock to leave in Z-axis and in X-axis is same. It is used for the finish cut. So as per this data you have entered, this data will be going to be changed. Again, the compensation is take as a right hand side compensation. Then click on OK. You can see that this rough turning cycles is get generated. As per the depth of cut, there will be a number of passes are required. Then next we have to apply the finish turning. So again, click on tool path, CAN cycle, finish. Again, we have to select the tool for finish turning. So click on select library tool, then finish tool. We have to select so OD finish right hand side. Then click on OK icon. In CAN, this data again you have to provide. Then CAN finish parameters, only the retract amount you have to provide, that is 2 mm. And this finish cycle will use the previous chain, that is the rough turning. So on that the finishing operations is carried out. Now click on OK. Finish pass will be shown here. Now next we have to apply the groove turning at this option. So again click on the next operation is tool path and grooving. Again click on this CAN cycle, groove operation. Here there are various options are available. You can able to select 1 point, 2 point or 3 point. If you click on 2 points, these 2 points you need to select. If you click on 3 lines, these 3 lines you have to require to select. So as per your requirement, you can select any one option. Suppose let me select the 1 point, then click on OK. It asks you to select that point. So I'm going to select this starting point for the grooving operation. Then press the enter key. Then new window is again appear. You have to select first library tool for grooving. So select this OD groove. So there are different grooving tools are available. You can select as per the available in your machines and as per the requirement. So click on OK. Again, you have to provide the feed rate, spindle speed data, and the maximum spindle speed. And there are again different tabs are available. So in each tab, you have to provide the data. So the next tab is for groove shape parameters. What is the height you have to mention here. So in our case, the height is 10 mm. So as it is, we have to write here. If for that grooving, any radius is provided, then you can write the radius value. If there is any taper, then you can provide that angle value. If any radius at the bottom end side, that value also you can provide, and the width you can able to provide here. So as per our geometry, there is no taper or no radius is provided for the groove. So we have to write all value as it is 0, and only the height and depth is at the 10 mm. So that value we have to provide, that is height and width. Then go for the next tab. Here this groove rub parameters we have to provide. So what is the clearance amount in between again workpiece and tool, that value you can provide. If you want to provide some stock for finishing operation in X and Z, you can provide here. So I don't want any stock to leave, so I'm writing here 0. If you want to apply again finishing operation, then you can leave some stock. Step amount you can provide here, the step amount between these two sequential operations. So let's take the step amount as the 1 mm. You can provide this step amount as per the width of your tool. Okay. Then click on the cut direction. You are starting from right to left or left to right. Here you can able to provide. So if you select the positive, it is starting from left to right. If you select the negative, it is starting from right to left. Then the next is finish parameter. As I haven't select any stock to leave, so there is no requirement for finish. And if you keep some stock in X and Z direction, then you can check this finish operation and you have to provide this data. Now let's click OK after providing all the information. This grooving step will be generated. Then next we have to apply the threading operation. So then click on tool path. Last operation is threading. Then select this thread operations. Again, we have to select first tool for threading operation. OD, thread right hand side small. Click on OK. Click OK. So this data again you have to provide. Then thread shape parameters. Here the lead. So lead is nothing but the pitch. The pitch value is 2 mm. Included angle, thread angle, this angle you have to provide. Major diameter, minor diameter. So major diameter is directly given to us. You can directly type here. Minor diameter, that value you have to provide. So you require to calculate the minor diameter and the depth of thread. So after calculation, you can provide this data. Then starting position and end position, you can mention from this point. You can also able to select from the geometry. So let's click on the start position. And we are going to start the threading operation from this point. So select this point. So it will be reflected here. The end position again, click on this end position. Select this point. So this end point will be mentioned here. And now to calculate this minor diameter and thread depth, you can able to use the formula, or there are again two options are available. You can select it from the table. So if you click on this from table, here the major diameter is provided and lead, that is the pitch. So as per the given mentioned drawing, you can select according to that. Suppose you are having 20 mm major diameter and 1 mm pitch, you can select this and click on OK. Now in our case, it is a 40 mm and 2 mm pitch. So for 40 mm, it is given that a 1.5 mm pitch value. There is no 2 mm. So we can't able to select from the table. But if you are having the values and it is available in table, that you can able to select it. So let's cancel it. Again, second option is compute from formula. So using formula also, the software can able to calculate the minor diameter and the depth of thread. So click on it. Here you have to provide the lead value, that is the pitch, and major diameter. So major diameter is 40. So it automatically calculate you the values and give the major diameter and minor diameter values. And the thread profile is metric. So there are different thread profiles are available. So we are having metric M profile. And when you select it, you can able to get that the major diameter and minor diameter automatically calculates for you. When you click on OK, it will be get reflected here. So now you can see minor diameter is provided as a 4.1. But when you click OK, this minor diameter will be reflected here. So let's click OK. Now you can see this minor diameter and this thread depth is calculated by the software automatically, and it is reflected here. So this data will be used to generate again the threading code parameters. The next tab, you have to click on thread cut parameter. Here you have to provide the values. So amount of last cut. So let's consider the amount of last cut is 0.1 mm. How many number of spring passes you require? You can provide here value 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. So spring passes already explained in the lecture session that spring passes means at the same locations there are number of passes will be carried out to give the smoothness for the threading. That means the finishing operations. Okay. Then you have to provide the acceleration clearance. So what is the acceleration clearance between this and this? Means tool and your at the starting of your workpiece. So let's take here it is a 3 mm. So it will be starting before the 3 mm. The threading operation will be started and it ends at the given locations. Then leading angle you can able to provide these values. Finish pass allowances if you require, then you can provide here 1, 2 or likewise this. Stock clearance, that value you can able to provide. If you require any overcut amount, then you can provide or directly put as a 0. The cut depth is of equal area or equal depth. You can select from here, and number of cuts, how many number of cuts you require, you can provide here. So after providing all these informations, click on OK. You can see the threading operations will be get generated. In this way, all these operations you have to define, and there should be no any cross mark on this toolpath manager. Okay, so I hope it is clear for all of you. And again, you can observe here in grooving operation, the operation is shown up to this depth, but we have provided only up to this depth. So what is the mistake here? Can you observe? The rectangle which we have created is actually of 5 mm depth instead of 10 mm. So that's why the height we have mentioned in the cutting operation is 10 mm. So that's why it's shown as a double. And now if you want to modify it, you have to double click on that groove operation parameter. So in toolpath manager, if I double click on this parameter, this same window will be again appear, and here I can able to make the changes. So let's the groove shape parameter in height, if I write as a instead of 10 as a 5 mm, then click on OK. So any modification is done, then it shows you a cross mark to that operation and next to that operation. So to again regenerate it, you have to select all the operations, click on select all operations. These operations will be get selected, and then click on this regenerate option. So when I click on regenerate option, all the operations will be get generated one by one. Now you can see that the grooving operation is shown properly. So in this way, you can able to modify any data by double click on that parameter. And after that modification, cross marks will be appear and you have to regenerate it. Now we are going to see the simulation of all these operations. For that, all the operations must be selected. So as you observe here, for all operations, the tick mark is available. If not, you have to click on this select all operation. There is one backplot selected operation. The option is available. When you click on it, a new window will be appear and it shows you all the operations one by one. Here you can make the display of tool on and off. You can make the tool holder on and off, and all these different options, that is rapid moves, display endpoints, and the quick verify. So these options you can make on and off. Then you can play these animations by clicking on this play icon, and you can manage the speed, minimum or maximum. So let's play this. It show you this raw material. Then tool will be comes from the home position. First facing operation is done. It is retracted by given amount and cutting operation will be done. It goes to the home position. Next tool will be appear. Next operation is rough turning. Then this turning operation as per the given depth. As we have provided 2 mm of cut-off depth. Then finish pass. The next one is the grooving operation. Next tool will become grooving tool. Then next operation is threading. So in this way, you can able to see that the all operations are corrected clearly or not. So you can able to see the backplot operations. Now close this window. We are going to see the same operation simulation in 3D view. So for that purpose, click on this verify selected operations. By clicking again, new window will be appear. So this is the new window. Here you can able to see one view or the 4 number of views simultaneously. So basically this window will be shown to you. If you click on this view icon, you can able to see the single view. If you want to see the 2 view in rows, if you want to see 2 view in column, you can able to click on this. You can again zoom in or zoom out by clicking in any appropriate window. If you want to see all the 4 views, the top view, right hand side view, side view, and one is isometric view. So all these views also you can able to see. Now let's check in a single view. So click on single view and select it in a isometric mode. Again, you can zoom in and zoom out also. You can also rotate it at by any angle. So let's take in this position, and you can play these animations. By clicking on this play icon, you can again change the speed from here to lowest and to maximum. So let's take the slow speed. Click on this play icon and be ensure that before playing this animation, all these operations in the tool path manager should be selected. So all these operations are selected. So let's click on play. First operation will be a facing operation. Take speed to somewhat large. Facing, then turning operations. So this is turning. Then grooving operation. Then threading operations. So in this way, you can able to see the operations in a proper manner. Now let's take the all 4 views. Again, take it from the starting point. From here, you can able to view all the operations in a proper fashion. So let's play it. First one, facing operations, then rough turning, finishing. Now you can see the grooving operation in this view properly. Then threading operations. So after completing these simulations, you need to close this window. Now the remaining thing that we have to generate the programming. So to generate the program, click on this G1 code icon, that is the post selected operation. When you click on this post selected operation, it is the post processing window will be appear. Click on OK. The extension for this part programming is .nc. So click on OK. It asks you to give the name of that file. It asks you to give the name of the file. You can give threading operation or grooving operation likewise. So let's give threading and grooving. Then click on save. A new window will be appear. It shows you all the G codes and M codes for the selected operation. Initially, it shows you the percentage symbol, then O and the numbers. So there are 4 numbers. It shows you the program name. O is the letter. And whatever the data you have selected, it will be shown by this. Then G21 code is used for the metric mode code. Then G00, rapid traverse. Then this is the tool number with offset number. It is also mentioned here. G18 code is used for the plane selection, that is XZ selection, because in lathe machine we are selecting the X and Z plane. G97, it is the constant surface speed. The speed is mentioned. M03 is the spindle on in clockwise direction. Z0 again rapid traverse. G54 is the coordinate setting, X location and Z location coordinate data. G50 is the maximum spindle speed, and the maximum spindle speed is given as a S, that is speed is 3600 RPM. G96 is used for constant surface speed. Then G99, G1 is used for linear interpolation. And as per this given coordinate data, the tool will be moved. So first is the facing operation. So for that, it is move accordingly the G1 codes. Again, rapidly traverse using G0. Again, cutting operations will be carried out with G1. F is the feed rate. So all these geometrical dimensions that are provided. After completing the first operation, it moves to the home position by using G28 code, U, V, W locations. So U in X, V in Y, and W in Z direction. M05 is used for spindle stop. Then next tool, M01, the next code, that is program start. Then next operation is roughing operation. Again, these are the different codes will be used again, same as we see in the previous operation. Then G71 code is used for the rough turning can cycle. So depth of cut is we have provided 2 mm. Retract amount is 0.5 mm. Then in next line, P100, that is the starting sequence number for this rough turning cycle. So it will be starting from this location and it will be end at 110. So at this cycle, this rough turning operation will be closest. Then the next is U.4, W.2. These are the finishing allowance in X and Z direction, and this is the feed rate. And these are the coordinate data to carry out the rough turning operation. After that, again, tool goes to the home position, stop the spindle, change the tool, and again the next operation will be started. So next is finish operation, which is given by G70 code, and it is repeated on the same path of that rough turning, that is on the line 100 and 110. Then after completing those operation, grooving operation will be started, and it is given by code G75. In that, the first line only R value is used, that is the retract amount. Then in second line, X coordinate data, Z coordinate data you have to provide. Then P, Q value. So what is meant by P and Q value? Here P and Q is not a starting block number or end block number. That is P, Q values is the peak increment in X and Z direction. And then F is the feed value. So after completing this grooving operation, threading operation will be start, and which is given by G76 code. And in that there are again different options are available, that is P010029. So after P letter, the first two numbers are used for the spring passes. We are providing only one spring pass, so that's why this number is reflected here. This is the taper angle, infeed angle. Then this Q and R value, that is the finish step depth of cut, it is in the 1000. So you will be get a 0.1 mm cut. Then on next line, this X 37.835, it is the minor diameter. Z is the length of the thread. Then P10825, it is the thread depth. It is in micron. So it means you are having the depth of thread is 1.0825 mm. Then Q is the depth of cut of each pass amount and this feed rate. And then after completing all these operations, tool again moves to the home position. And then last is the program stop, that is M30. It is always used in all programming at the end of line. It will start the program and again repeating or rewind the tape to start it with the first line. So if you again The same operations you have to carry it out on the next job, then same program you can able to use. So this is the part program will be generated as per the data provided by the user, and this is called as a computer aided part programming. And these programs you can able to use on your own machine to manufacture that component. First of all, that you have to check that program on your machine, that is dry run should be carried out, so you can check that if there is no collision will be occur. If it is okay, then you can use this program to manufacture the component, and if it is not, then you can modify it accordingly as per the your available machines and controllers, and you can use it for manufacturing. Now close this icon. You can able to give the dimensions for this job also. For it, you have to click on create, click on drafting. There are dimension option. You can able to give vertical, horizontal, parallel, circular, all dimensions you can able to give it. So let's stick on the horizontal. So you have to click on the points. So first point, second point. You can see that the dimensions will be appear. And here this is the 2 mm. So 48 plus 2, there are 2 mm. Similar fashion, first point, second point, you can able to give this grooving depth value. Again, click on create, drafting, dimensions, vertical. So let's take this first point, second point, this 5 mm depth you can able to give. Again, this first point and second point. So this value also you can provide 18 mm, and this is the 2 mm chamfer. If you want to add again these letters, so click on letters, and then you can provide the threading value as a M40 into 2. So that value also you can able to provide. So by clicking on letter, the new window will be appear. Here you have to type the letters whatever you require, and the height of that text you can provide from here. So let's take the height as a 5 mm. Now here you can type, let's suppose M40 by 2. When you click on OK, then you have to click where you want to enter the start location of that threading option. So let's take suppose here, it will be appear. Now again in create, drafting, here you can provide the leisure values. So you click OK, first point, then second point. In this way you can able to show this dimension. After that you have to click on escape. So it will show you this thread method having the size M40 by 2. So M40 means the metric mode programming, 40 is the major diameter, 2 is the pitch. After that we have to also generate the setup sheet. So to generate the setup sheet, right click on this blank location in toolpath manager. Here this new window will be appear. You can see here the setup sheet option. Click on it. Here you have to provide the project name, that is threading and grooving. The name of the operations you can provide. Then customer, let's take it is for SPPU. Programmer, you can type your exam sheet number at the time of practical examinations, and then click on OK. Now you can see that this setup sheet will generated. It shows you a geometry with all the dimensions shown. Then again, whatever the parameters you have selected, it will be shown here. That is check size, stock size, then whatever the different tools, all its size will be shown on this setup sheet. So this will be helpful for the machine operator as well as the programmer. So all data will be generated. Now close this sheet. So in this way, you have to generate the toolpath as per the given component, as per given in the drawing. So I hope it is clear for all of you. Thank you all for joining today's session. Thank you. Have a nice day.